I even had to negotiate with you at times.
We remember I was a delegate,
Yes,
and I was assistant to you
yes,
at the time.
yeah,
And I remember going into the first negotiation meetings, and I was just sitting there to observe,
yeah,
how the elders negotiate, because I was just looking and
yeah.
understanding, because I was
But
fairly
you,
new.
yeah,
Yourself and
you,
it was Vincent Morrison,
yeah,
right?
Vincent Morrison.
Yeah, at the time. And then we sat there with, I think it was Mr. Gokul, and then it was Mr. Matsura, the
Yes,
CEO, yeah, managing director at the time. And I was
yeah,
just there to sit and observe and listen, how protocols underwent, and I was making notes. I didn't want to interject into
yeah.
the,
Because
the more seasoned guys like yourself who knew exactly what negotiations were all about. And
yes,
then,
yeah.
as times went by, they saw how,
You were
how I,
managing
yeah,
it
how,
wrong.
yeah, yeah, how I spoke and thing. And I think it was at that point, Mr. Matsura saw the
Hmm.
potential, right? And
Yes,
I was, yeah, I
Matsura.
was, yeah, I was promoted shortly. But
Matsura was the one who made the call.
who
Yes, I
made the
remember.
call, yes, he was the
Mhm.
managing director at the time.
Yes,
But I never regretted it, because I got the opportunity to learn from so much.
yes, man.
And right. And one of the things, one of the principles I learned from Toyota is to learn from our predecessors and exceeds our predecessors respectfully, right? So that is also
yeah,
one of the
man.
guiding principles of Toyota.
Mhm.
And I was studying Kaizen from the moment the TTC took over at the time, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
a lot of the principles I understood, I learned them, and then I applied it, and it paid off for me
In advance.
in advance. Yes,
Mhm.
and it actually paid off. So that was one of the many secrets.
Yeah,
So
man.
I'm
Yeah,
just sharing it. I'm just sharing it with you.
yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Well, and whosoever is listening right now, that is one of the many secrets. Understand the process, read ahead, and try to apply some of what you've learned
Yeah,
throughout, and
man.
it will pay off eventually,
Yes, it
right?
did.
But
It
one of the
did.
questions I would ask you for the younger generation coming in, or who want to come in, what would be your advice to them?
Well, in these times when a youngster steps into a place like a Toyota operation to look for a job, he has got to be very sure of what kind of responsibility he can take on, what part of Toyota he would best function in, or, and choose carefully, because these times are a little more difficult uh, than a part of our times, based
Mhm.
on the physical barriers that are now placed before us. So a youngster has got, I don't know, they have to display much more strength and qualities.
Mhm.
And the fact that the honesty is one of the greatest policy where they are concerned nowadays. Because the first thing a manager is going to look for, or the person who is dealing with the youngster coming in is going to look for, is how honest is this young man? And then he will think about that before anything else.
Yeah,
You know,
especially working in a warehouse environment, because
exactly, because of
people.
the safety.
That was one of the negative side of working in the warehouse,
Mhm.
right? People are always going to look at you in a
Yes,
certain way, thinking
yes,
that pilfering goes on inside there.
yeah,
And that's one of the challenges you have in maintaining your integrity, because you're
agreed.
working with small items, you're working with high price items. So at
Mhm.
all times, you will have this albatross over you,
Exactly,
thinking that, is he one of
exactly,
them? You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
exactly.
And when I
That's the
came
thing.
here in Canada, I wanted to implement a lot of the things that I learned over the years working in the Toyota environment, but it was a challenge
I
because,
can
again,
imagine.
a number of factors, right?
Yes, I can imagine.
The profile that is here in the north, the 6'5" white, blonde hair, blue eyed
Oh,
guys.
that
That
kind of
yeah,
thing.
that's that, and these are some of the things that people have been hitting out against over the years in terms of the patriarchy. But it's not so
Mhm.
much of a patriarchy; it's an image that they
Yeah,
foresee,
yeah.
and it's going to take a while to
Break it
actually
down.
to break that image itself. And the best way to go about it is, do your own thing.
Yeah,
Just go
indeed.
ahead, do your own thing. There are a number of tools available right now that you can, you know, go and do your passion, enjoy your passion, try to build on something, become an entrepreneur,
Yes,
right?
indeed.
If the dealership wants you,
Mhm.
in my sense now, then we're gonna have to meet at the table and say, okay, this is exactly what I want, and I will guarantee this for you. But
Yeah.
it's not going to happen. Well, maybe not my lifetime, but
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
I've encountered enough of it here to to see exactly what it is. And even in Jamaica, that's basically where it was. Because if you look at the management structure, even in Jamaica, of some of these dealerships, I'm not saying all, I'm saying some,
Mhm.
right? Of some of these dealerships, and you look at the executive level
Yeah.
and look at the reflection. You get what
Mhm.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's yeah. If you look at the reflection, you'll know exactly what it is all about. And then you look at the
Yeah.
leadership at the very top, then
Yeah.
you understand exactly where they're coming from.
Yeah. You see, one of the things that we, you, yourself and me can reflect on is that we never bow to any kind of pressure from anybody. And we always had one another in a protective way. You understand? And that is where you're going to succeed. The fact that you're a strong young man, and I say young man because you don't look a day older than the day you came to Toyota. No, serious. I don't know. I'm puzzled, boy.
Maybe it's just a genetics. That's all.
Well,
Eating
whatever it is.
properly. I try to exercise. I'm in discipline where the exercise is concerned, but that's
Mm.
basically what it is. Get a lot of rest.
But
Um,
you know that
Partying and
I'm,
all. Yeah, I don't party anymore.
yeah, yeah,
Alcohol, you
yeah.
you cut that down to the minimum.
Yes, indeed. You know that I'm 76 now.
Exactly. If you didn't say your age,
Yeah,
yeah, and it
yeah.
doesn't show. You look like
No,
you're still in your early 50s.
I still, consider myself lucky based on the trials and tribulations, the pandemic and all that. I had to take 2 AstraZeneca
Okay, okay, okay.
months ago. So,
Okay, you got your COVID shot, so you're
COVID.
you're you're trying to be safe, of course.
Anyway, Chris, this was good.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, man. This
so whenever
platform,
you're
this
ready
platform
again,
was this platform was built for persons like yourself.
yeah.
They have the stories. They want to tell
Mhm.
it. They want to
Yeah.
share it. They want to share it to the world. And again, I appreciate you taking the time out to
Yes.
come and share your experiences with us, because I
Yes.
wanted people to know exactly what took place behind the scenes of the
Yes.
various dealerships and the people who work behind the scenes, and
Yeah.
what they undergo, what are the challenges they encounter, what were some of the strategies they used, and basically what is their advice to those who want to come in or those who are standing on the outside looking in.
Doing it with you, it made it quite easier because you were a great part of the whole experience. So, organize another one whenever you're ready.
Of
I,
course. Well, of course. Whenever you want to, whenever you have
yeah.
some more stories you want to share with me, just reach out. I'll be more than happy.
Okay. I can promise you that.
Of course. Well, not too late though, because
Oh,
the clock is ticking, and anything can
yeah.
happen.
All right, Chris.
Okay. Yeah, man. You
Yeah,
take care, and I will talk again.
yeah, definitely.